Hey, what I want to talk about with you today is what to do when you find yourself in a place of intense suffering. Not the jolliest of topics, but it's a reality. For most people, at some point, there's an experience or a day or something happens that we are suffering intensely. And whether that suffering takes on the flavour of anxiety or depression or anger, loneliness, there's many flavours. So yoga has some really practical, clear advice what to do in these situations, which does not include doing asana. Because what yoga would say when you are suffering to that extreme, what has happened is obviously your mind has become really disturbed. But what is also happening and is of more significance is the fact that you have moved a long, long way away from the light in your own heart. So yoga would have other solutions for at times when perhaps your suffering wasn't so extreme. And yoga offers lots of solutions about how to make your way back into your own light, basically, where your own well-being resides and where you can access your own wisdom quite easily. Yoga acknowledges that in some circumstances it's too hard, that you've actually disconnected to such an extreme degree that you can't make the journey back on your own. So in this case, yoga would suggest, and this is in Yoga Sutra 137, for those of you who know and study the Yoga Sutras, Vitaraga Vishayam Vachitam. Not well said, sorry, but really that's the Yoga Sutra that says at times you need to seek the company of somebody else who is not suffering to the same degree that you are. So put in a more simple term than that even, is that if you can be with somebody, connect with somebody who is still connected with their own light, it will be enough to shine enough light on you that you will be able to start at least seeing your own light and making the journey back to your own heart. And you won't be experiencing it necessarily in terms of light. You will be more likely experiencing it in terms of just the relief that we feel when we are hurting and we can be with somebody else. So it doesn't mean that it has to be an expert. It doesn't mean that it has to be someone who's in an eternally positive frame of mind. It just means that it is someone who is closer to their own light than you are in that moment. And many of us do this when we're hurting or suffering. We do seek out the company of a friend. But also what happens sometimes when we're at our worst, when things are really bad and we've shut the door and we've possibly even crawled back into our own bed, yoga would say that's a moment to actually connect. And if the connection with a real person doesn't feel possible, at least connect with the teachings or the scriptures of someone who at that moment was in the light of their own heart. So, for yoga students, that might mean reading the Bhagavad Gita if it speaks to you. It's not going to work if that's just some kind of esoteric scripture that has no connection. It might actually mean connecting these days with some kind of reading or teaching or group that you are part of on, the internet. If you're not able to physically hang out with someone, at least these days there are other options. So I hope that's helpful for you, should it be that you find yourself again in that place of hard struggle. Namaste.